Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. We're just going to wait a couple minutes and let more folks join. If you're just joining us, we're just giving it one more minute and letting a few more folks join, and then we'll get started. All right, let's get started. So hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Ariana Vogel. I'm the Senior Director of Product Marketing here at Foursquare, helping marketers across brands, agencies, and publishers utilize location intelligence to maximize the effectiveness of their campaigns. So in today's webinar, we'll be going over how you can launch successful summer games campaigns using Foursquare's products for marketers. So we'll start off by going over why the summer games are the perfect opportunity to reach new customers, launch new products, and grow your business. Next, we'll cover how Foursquare can help with Foursquare audience, proximity, and attribution. And then I'll share some strategies and tactics to reach various consumer personas to maximize your campaign reach. And then we'll jump into a quick demo of our targeting products, audience and proximity. And finally, I'll end with an overview of attribution, which is the perfect measurement product for your campaign, and easy steps to get started today. So let's jump into it. The summer games are a great way to reach a wide audience. Since they only occur every 4 years, people are eagerly looking forward to the big event. As many know, they're being held in Paris this year, and it's being reported that major landmarks in the city are actually being used to host specific events, like beach volleyball taking place at the foot of the Eiffel Tower, or equestrian in the iconic grounds of the Palace of Versailles, which just adds to the excitement and virality as people tune in to see these sports, with a gorgeous backdrop of Paris. And with the buzz around the summer games increasing, a recent survey found that 59% of adults say that they expect to watch the summer games this year. And this is a global event that reaches every age group, and younger audiences are sure to tune in and watch as well. In fact, 51% of Gen Z and millennials intend to watch the games this year. So as a marketer, you have an opportunity to capitalize on this excitement, and location data is the key to ensure that you reach the right audience at the right time. So how can location data help your campaign? Well, location data provides insights into real-world behaviors, which allows you to accurately target consumers based on their offline actions, which is one of the most powerful indicators of buyer intent. And location context, where people are in real time, significantly impacts their buying behavior, allowing you to reach consumers during high intent activities and influence their path to purchase. And lastly, by utilizing location data, it's been shown to maximize campaign ROI. According to a study by Forrester, marketers achieve a 202% ROI and 47% lower cost per action when using Foursquare in their campaigns. But the value of location extends far beyond just your segmentation. Location intelligence is actually vital at every stage of the campaign lifecycle. So some examples, you can use Foursquare Audience to build segments to your exact specifications and choose from a wide range of demographic, geographic, and behavioral data. Then to complement that, you can use Foursquare Proximity to add geolocation context to your campaign with geofences that you can tailor to your exact criteria. Then, once you've deployed and activated, use Foursquare Attribution to understand the impact of your advertising through powerful metrics like behavioral lift and granular cuts by channel, geo, tactic, and more. And with real-time updates in your attribution report, you can optimize your campaign mid-flight and use these insights to plan your next campaign and improve the path to purchase. So the marketing opportunity for the Summer Games extends far beyond just reaching consumers that are traveling to see the games live. We think of these in three main categories of types of consumers to reach. First, you have really leaned in sports fans. You can reach diehard sports fans that already regularly keep up with multiple sports and will most likely watch most of the events in the Summer Games. They're already attending or tuning in to major sporting events and are eager to watch this summer. Next, you have sports enthusiasts. These are more social sports fans that want to participate in the fun and excitement of this specific event. Sports bring people together, and these consumers may not follow sports closely all the time, but they're likely to keep up with major events and have a history of visiting locations like sports bars and places like that during big sporting events to join in on the celebration. And finally, you do have those summer game attendees, and using our proximity product, you can geofence locations in Paris during the Summer Games to reach spectators in real time as they watch the events. So let's go into some specific strategies. Let's talk about sports fans. So with Foursquare, you can build and customize to ensure that you reach a range of different types of leaned in sports fans. First, you have diehard sports fans. We all know people that are always up to date with every sport. They love talking about the big game. Maybe they even often partake in fantasy sports teams. In our audience designer, you can build out segments to reach only diehard sports fans of specific sports like basketball fans, tennis fans, golf fans, and more. And you can also build segments consisting of consumers that frequented stadiums and arenas in the past year. Next, we have watch party hosts. So big sports fans often host gatherings to watch the games with their friends and cheer on their favorite athletes. You can reach these fans as they typically are seen at big box retailers or party planning stores in the couple weeks prior to the event. And then the biggest sports fans are typically those people that also play them. So you can use proximity to geofence activewear or sporting goods stores to deliver shoppers with Summer Games themed messaging. And then lastly, with fitness locations, sports and fitness have a major overlap, and many sports fans get inspired to improve their fitness as they watch their favorite athletes shine. So with Foursquare, you can reach consumers who visit gyms, fitness centers, Pilates studios, swimming pools, based on their prior behavior or in real time. Now, for sports enthusiasts, some people may not closely follow sports, but they partake in those celebrations during major events like the Summer Games. The Summer Games are the pinnacle for certain sports like gymnastics, swimming, track events, and attract a wide audience. So this is a great opportunity to reach casual fans, especially as they tune in for the final rounds of these sports. So first, sports bar visitors. Sports bars often host viewing parties for major sporting events and are likely to be packed during the Summer Games as people cheer on their country. So with Foursquare, you can target consumers whose location history shows that they enjoy watching sports in sports bars, or seen at locations like bars, pubs, beer gardens, pool halls during major sporting events like the Super Bowl or the last FIFA World Cup. Social sports fans may also celebrate the games with friends and a few drinks. So with Foursquare Audience, you can reach consumers over the age of 21 looking to celebrate the Summer Games with a beverage. Maybe they've previously visited liquor stores during a major sporting event, or may have an online interest in food and grocery delivery prior to sporting events. And lastly, luxury sports clubs are a great way to target consumers that both play sports and enjoy watching them. So maybe you want to reach high net worth consumers that visit exclusive clubs with sports facilities like golf courses or tennis courts or squash courts. And then you can also filter down using household income if you're trying to reach more luxury consumers. So reaching attendees. Many people are going to travel to see the summer games, and Foursquare Proximity, our geofencing solution, is actually available in France. So you can use geofences to reach people in real time as they either watch the games on location or even travel to them. So reaching tourists, you could geofence various ports of entry as people come to Paris for the summer games, whether that be airports, train stations, hotels, and keep your brand top of mind as consumers experience the fun of the summer games. You can also reach arenas and geofence arenas, so you can deliver messaging to spectators as they're on location at the events. And also maybe reach consumers as they start their journey by geofencing airports within the US to reach travelers, including those that might be going to Paris for the summer games. And finally, some people may be planning to see the summer games and then visit other European cities before or after. Using Audience, you can reach these travel intenders, maybe folks that were seen at airports or hotels or car rentals the summer prior, and also have an interest online in world sports competitions or specialty travel. So now let's jump into a quick demo and bring some of these examples to life. So I'm going to start in our Audience Designer, which is a self-serve tool to help build segments based on historical behavior. So for this scenario, let's pretend that we are an athleisure apparel store who wants to drive store visits for a new summer sports clothing collection for women. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and start adding places based on consumers' historical behavior. In here, I'm able to search for any point, either points of interest, specific categories, the names of locations or chains, all built off of Foursquare's Places data. So first for this example, for my athleisure brand, I'm just going to type in my chain. As I search, you'll see that the map automatically starts to update with all of the different points of interest that Foursquare has for my chain within our designer. From here, I'm able to do a lot of different types of advanced filtering. But for my example, maybe I want to first reach people who are already customers of my chain and maybe would be considered, common visitors or brand loyalists. I'm also within this window able to filter down to visitation that happened on certain days of the week or even times of day. And then I'm also able to adjust the look back window of my audience. So whether I want visitors that made visits in the past month, all the way up to the past year, or even a custom date range if I'm looking to isolate down to a specific time period. For this example, I'll just click past 3 months and I'll add to my design. But for this collection and making this campaign a success, I don't just want to reach my current customers. I'm also interested in conquesting my competition. So I'll want to add a competitive brand. I'll search for that here. And I can add those same filters of frequency, day of week, time of day, and my custom look back window. And I'll add that to my design. Within this same behaviors modal, if you scroll down, there's a bunch of other different types of attributes that I'm able to add to my design. So for example, we also have the ability beyond location behavior to add online interests. So for this example, for my athleisure brand, maybe I want to add athletic apparel or perhaps women's clothing, because this is a collection for women. But there are hundreds of different online interests that are available here, and I can add that to my design. Additionally, just below that online interests modal, you're able to see ready to use audiences. These are pre-built, ready to activate segments designed by our team of location experts that you can easily activate if you don't want to do all of the customization yourself. There are also hundreds and hundreds of ready-to-use audiences here, ranging from things like activewear shoppers or even outdoor enthusiasts. But I don't need to use those today. I'll just add that to my design. The last thing I'll point out here is our demographics. So like I mentioned, this is a collection of athleisure apparel for women. So perhaps I also want to filter down to consumers that are female and maybe within a certain age range that I'm looking to reach with this collection. And I can add that to my design as well. So now over here on the right, what you'll see is all the different attributes of the segment that I'm looking to build. And from here, I'm also able to click and drag and create complex and/or statements to make sure that I'm reaching the very specific audience that I think will be most successful for this campaign. From here, I'm able to save, build, and then deploy directly to my preferred marketing platform. Now let's hop over to proximity. So whereas audience was my solution to be able to build a segment of consumers based on their past historical behavior, proximity is the real-time complement to that, where I'm able to geofence locations and reach people in real time. So in here, I'll create a new set using Foursquare's point of interest data. And again, we'll stick with the same example of me launching my women's athleisure collection based around the time of the summer games. So I will go ahead and add places. It's a very similar user experience here. I can search for specific points of interest, addresses even, chains, or categories. So sticking with my example, I'll put a geofence around my own locations. As I click, you'll see that the map automatically updates with all of the points of interest that Foursquare has available based on their places data for me to target. And you're even able to see all of the different specific locations and their addresses here, which helps transparently show exactly the places that I'm going to target. And I can even zoom in on my map here and very easily see the specific points of interest that I'll be targeting, as well as the radius that I've put around them. You'll notice here, particularly in urban areas, there might be locations that might be close together, which means that the geofence size might want to be smaller so that I'm not double serving impressions in those specific areas, which can just help with budget efficiency. So what I'm able to do then is adjust the geofence size to be a bit smaller, and also adjust between meters, miles, kilometers, and be able to see the exact overlap and how I'm spending efficiently with the size of my geofence, which I can situate to different areas. So now I have reached my chain. Let's add a new set. Because like with our audience, we might want to not just geofence our locations, but also maybe competitively conquest in real time. So I'll go ahead again and add another filter. Let's search for a competitor. As you see, same experience, all of these points of interest that Foursquare has available pop up on my map, and I can see all of the different locations that are included. I'll zoom back in on this Chicago urban area. And maybe for my competitive conquesting tactic, I'm all right with it, with these radiuses being just a little bit larger. I'll give this set a name, finish my set. And now you'll see one map that has all the geofences that I'm looking to target with specific radiuses for different tactics, whether it be reaching people who are nearby my locations to drive them into my store, or those where I'm looking to competitively conquest. From here, just like an audience, I can then save build, and deploy directly to my advertiser seat in my preferred programmatic platform. Let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so once you've aligned on your targeting strategy, the next step is taking the time up front to design a plan as to how you'll measure the success of that strategy. So most importantly, you'll want to make a plan to optimize throughout your Summer Games campaign to ensure that you're limiting budget wastage and capitalizing on as many opportunities for high performance as possible. So on the slide here, you'll see some of the questions that we here at Foursquare recommend all of our customers take into consideration when defining their measurement plan. And our team can, of course, work alongside you to help build out this strategy. So just two specific examples of these. Firstly, what metrics or KPIs are most important to your client or your brand's business goals? We'll want to work with you to set up a plan that's optimizing towards the right metrics for your goals. And then secondly, asking yourself, how are your varied marketing channels working together? So Foursquare offers omni-channel insight into your different marketing channels, whether that be connected TV, social, digital, streaming audio, and more. So understanding the goals for your entire plan can help us and your team better unlock pockets of untapped opportunities so that you can better allocate budget across those channels. And then with our reporting, you'll gain valuable insights on your consumers and how they interact with your advertising and improve the path to purchase for this or future campaigns. So now, with your plan in place and campaign in flight, keep some of these best practices in mind. Firstly, work with Foursquare to create custom reports within your attribution UI. So beyond our standard views, the Foursquare team can assist you in creating custom reports tailored to those key metrics that you defined back in your measurement plan so that the insights that you care about most are right at your fingertips. And then keep tabs on trends in mid-flight. So if you're treating your attribution solution like a report card at the end of your campaign, you're likely missing out on a lot of opportunities. We recommend reviewing Foursquare's reporting on an ongoing basis or even weekly. What this does is it allows you to dig in deeper and find valuable insights beyond just the top line metrics, such as overall visitation or overall behavioral lift. What we find is that often certain partners, channels, or markets may be delivering superior performance, and assessing success through these more detailed cuts can often offer mid-flight optimization insights. And then when you uncover these insights, we recommend focusing on just a few adjustments at a time and to shift your budget slowly so as to narrow the impact on overall performance. Treat each of these as a test and learn. So in summary, we hope that these insights and tips inspired you with ideas as to how you might plan to win this summer, and we'd love to help you bring it to fruition. First, go ahead, log into the audience or proximity designer, or you can reach out to us to permission you an account at location.foursquare.com. And then explore and build with our easy-to-use self-service designers, just like we did today. And know that our team is here to support you with any questions on your strategy or help building segments. When you're all ready to go, save your design and directly deploy it to your preferred partner. And then reach out to us to learn more about attribution and how to optimize your campaign mid-flight. So now I think we have just a couple of minutes for Q&A. I'll take a look at the chat. All right, so can audience only be used on digital or other channels? So audience, our product, which is helpful for reaching consumers based on their historical behavior, is not just for programmatic or digital, but also social, out of home, connected TV. Foursquare boasts partnerships with over 550 different partners and platforms. And so you're able to reach and use those audiences across everywhere that you might be marketing. Proximity is that real-time geofencing complement, which is more tailored and specific to the programmatic channel. Is audience available in Paris? No, just proximity at this time. So you're still able to influence using that kind of geo-contextual view into consumer behavior, but not based on past historical behavior. And then how do I get a demo of the attribution UI? So this is super easy. Our team would love to chat with you. You can book a meeting with sales for a demo either at our website, which is location.foursquare.com, or we'll send the information in a follow-up email just after this webinar. Okay, I think that might be everything. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining our webinar. We've kept track of questions. We will send out a follow-up email with resources on getting started. Included in that email will also be a location strategy guide, which includes all the different recommendations that we covered today, and also a link in case you want to schedule a demo with our team to learn more about attribution. I'll also call out, we would love to have you join us on May 21st for another webinar that we're hosting with Adweek, where Foursquare will be joined by TikTok for another conversation about best practices for social marketing around the Summer Games. So we hope you found this webinar informative and it inspires you to use Foursquare to successfully reach your summer campaign goals. Thank you so much. Have a great day.